I just want to know your names. Okay, so if I unmute your microphone, I just want you to tell me your name quickly. So, what is your name? Is it Trin? Is your name Trin?
Yes, my name is Jing.
Okay, nice to meet you, Trin.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, and then what is your name?
Name is Nan.
Nan.
Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you, Nan.
Nice to
Um,
meet you.
thank you. Okay, and then Tony. Is your name Tony?
Yes, my name is Tony, teacher.
Oh, Tony. Okay, nice to meet you, Tony.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, thank you. And then is your name Jasmine?
Hi teacher, my name is Jasmine. Good afternoon.
Okay. Hello, nice to meet you, Jasmine. Okay, and then lastly, what is your name?
Hello, my name is Ngọc. Nice to meet you.
Knock.
Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you too. Okay, everybody. So let's begin with our lesson for today. So what we are going to do first is we are going to look at this picture. Okay, so Jasmine, if you look at this picture, what do you think this person's job is?
I think she's a flight attendant.
Okay, good. Well done. So this is a flight attendant. Okay, so what we are going to do today is we are going to listen to people talk about their jobs. Okay, so we're going to hear about some different jobs, and then you are also going to talk about your own job as well. Okay, so let's look at our first question. So here is our picture again of the flight attendant. So what we are going to do first is we are going to try and see what are some good things and what are some bad things about different types of jobs. Okay, so for example, if I say I am a flight attendant, okay, maybe that is a good thing because I get to travel a lot. Okay, so maybe that's a good thing. And then a bad thing, okay, maybe I can say being a travel agent is bad because maybe I have to stand a lot. Okay, so you have to walk around and you have to stand a lot on the airplane. Okay, so now we are going to discuss your jobs. Okay, so I want to ask one or two of you what you think. So, Trin, can you tell me what is a good thing about your job?
Um, I think I have a flexible time. I can go home early.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so you get to go home early. Okay, good. That's a good example. Okay, well done. And then let's look at some maybe bad things about some jobs. Okay, so Tony, what is a bad thing about your job?
I think the bad thing about my job is the salary.
Okay,
It is
yes,
it's not the same in the month. It's depend on the company.
yes. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's a good reason. Okay, so these are some examples of different jobs and different good things and different bad things. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going to discuss how we can talk about these good and bad things about our jobs. So let's look at our lesson objectives first. So in our lesson today, by the end of the lesson, you will be able to recognize some vocabulary to describe jobs. You will also use the present perfect and simple past to talk about jobs. And finally, identify details when listening to people talk about their jobs. Okay, so let's begin with our vocabulary first. So what we need to do for our vocabulary is read the sentence and say the correct word or the correct phrase for each sentence. So for example, you're going to see a sentence and a picture. So for example, this sentence says, being something is important in customer service. Okay, so we need to choose the correct option. Is it personable or make a difference? So, Nok, can you tell me what do you think is the correct answer?
Yes, being personable is important in customer service.
Okay, very good. So being personable is important in customer service. Okay, good. So now you know what we need to do. We're not going to do it in teams because I want everybody to have a chance. So we're going to do individually. So for number 1, it says, my work is something. I'm my own boss and I like it a lot. Okay, so Nan, can you tell me what do you think is the answer for number 1?
My work is independent. I am my own boss and I like it a lot.
Okay, very good. My work is independent. Okay, good, Nan. Well done. All right, then let's look at number 2. As a teacher, I always want to help my students and something. Okay, so Jasmine, what do you think is the answer for number 2?
I think number 2, as a teacher, I always want to help my students and make a difference.
Okay, very good. Well done. Help my students and make a difference. Okay, good. Well done. Then, if we look at number 3, a police officer has to be something in dangerous situations. Okay, so Trin, what is the answer for number 3?
A police officer has to be courageous in dangerous situations.
Okay, very good. Courageous. Okay, so a police officer has to be courageous. Good. Then if we look at number 4, it says, I'd like a job that is something because I like to travel. So, Tony, what do you think is the answer?
I like a job that is adventurous because I like to travel.
Okay, very good. So I would like a job that is adventurous. Okay, good. Then number 5, each day at work is different. So I have to be something. So, Nok, what is the answer for number 5?
Yes, each day at work is different, so I have to be flexible.
Okay, perfect. I have to be flexible. Okay, very good. Well done. And then our last one, Ellen is a something person. She always does her job well. Okay, so Nan, what is number 6?
Ellen is a responsible person. She always does her job well.
Okay, very good. Ellen is a responsible person. Okay, very good. Well done, everybody. We got all of those correct, so that's perfect. So now let's look at our vocabulary words again. We are going to look at the pronunciation of some of these words. Okay, so I just want you to listen for now, and then I will give you a chance to repeat some of them when I'm finished. So number 1 is independent. Independent. Number 2, flexible. Flexible. Number 3, personable. Personable. Number 4, responsible. Responsible. Number 5, courageous. Okay, courageous. Number 6, adventurous. Adventurous. And number 7, make a difference. Make a difference. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you each to say 2 of these words for me and we can check our pronunciation. So, Jasmine, can you say number 1 and number 2?
Independent, flexible.
Okay, perfect. Well done, Jasmine. Independent, flexible. Good. And then, Trin, can you say number 3 and number 4?
Personable, responsible.
Okay, personable and responsible. Okay, good. Well done. Responsible. All right. Then, Tony, can you say number 5 and number 6?
Courageous, adventurous.
Okay, very good. Courageous and adventurous. Good. Well done. And then Knock, can you say number 7 and then number 1?
Yeah, yes, make a difference. Independent.
Okay, very good. Make a difference and independent. Good, well done. And then Nan, can you say number 3 and number 4?
Personable, responsible.
Okay, perfect. Very good, everybody. Well done. Okay, so I think our vocabulary is all clear. Okay, so we can move on and look at our grammar for today. So in our grammar, what we need to do is choose the correct option to complete the sentence. Okay, so let's look at our first sentence. It says, I something from university in 2015. Okay, so 2015 is in the past. Okay, so we need to think about how we can complete the sentence using the past tense. So we can say, I have graduated or I graduated. Okay, so Jasmine, what do you think is the correct option?
The correct answer is B. Graduate.
Okay. Yes. Good. Okay. So I graduated from university in 2015. Okay. Good. Well done. Then our second sentence, I something as a journalist for 19 years. Okay. So this is a continuous sentence now. It's not just the simple past tense. So do we say I have worked or I worked? Trin, what do you think?
I to number I have work. Have work.
Okay. Okay, good. Well done. I have worked as a journalist for 19 years. Okay, very good. So now what you're going to do is you're going to use this to now answer these 5 questions. Okay, so I will send you the activity now and I will give you 1.5 minutes and you need to do the same thing and choose the correct option to complete each of these 5 sentences. Okay, so I'll give you 1.5 minutes and then you can submit. Okay, so now let's discuss and go through the questions. Number 1 says, I something to work abroad, so I applied for a job in Japan. All right, so Tony, what do you think is the answer for number 1?
I think B. The correct answer is B.
Okay, correct. B, I wanted to work abroad. Okay, good, well done. And then Knock, what about number 2?
Yes, I didn't attend the interview because I was sick. B.
Okay, very good. I didn't attend. Well done. And then for number 3, Nan, what is number 3?
I have not traveled for 2 years because I am busy with my work. A.
Okay, Very good. I have not traveled. That is perfect. Well done. And then Jasmine, what about number 4?
Number 4, I stayed up late last night to finish my project.
Okay, very good. I stayed up late last night to finish my project. Good. And then the last one, number 5. Trin, what is number 5?
I haven't finished my task this week, so I'll have to work on the weekend.
Okay, very good. I haven't finished. Okay, good. Very good, everybody. Well done. That is all correct. So let's review this grammar point together quickly before we look at our listening. So we are going to review the present perfect and the simple past. So if we look at the present perfect, we use the present perfect to talk about actions that began in the past, but they continue into the present. Okay, so this is something that happened previously, so something in the past. However, it's still happening now in the present. Okay, so in the affirmative, what we do is we use our subject plus have or has, and then our past participle. So for example, I have worked as a journalist for 19 years. Okay, so I is our subject. We use have with I, and then worked is our past participle for work. If we want to look in the negative, it's very simple as well. The only difference is we have to put not after have or has. Okay, so for example, I have not finished my tasks this week. Okay, so finished is our past participle for finish. And again, we're using I as our subject, so we have to use have, and then not because it is negative. If we want to use the simple past is when we want to talk about something that has finished happening. Okay, so it's a completed action. It happened and is finished happening. So it is not like the present perfect where it continues. Okay, it stops whenever it finished. Okay, so it's a completed action. Our structure is our subject plus our verb ending in ed for regular verbs. So for example, stay becomes stayed. Or our irregular verbs, we can use their past participle. So for example, wake, we can say woke. Okay, we use the irregular verbs past tense. So for example, in the affirmative, we can say, I stayed up late last night to finish my project. In the negative, we say our subject plus did not, and then we use our verb infinitive. Okay, so we use the verb infinitive, we don't use the past participle of the verb. So I didn't or I did not attend the interview. Okay, so remember, we always use the verb infinitive for the simple past in the negative. Okay, the others we can use the past tense or past participle of the verb. So let's review. Remember, have, has, we can contract. Okay, or have not and has not, we can also contract to haven't or hasn't. Okay, that's just a short note for you to remember. All right, so let's look at our listening and use what we have learned today in our grammar point in our listening task. So we need to guess and answer the questions. Okay, so let's look at our jobs we are going to discuss today. We have got a flight attendant. So a flight attendant keeps passengers safe on the plane. We have got an international aid worker. So an international aid worker helps people in different countries. And finally, we have a travel journalist. Okay, so a travel journalist is somebody who visits different places and writes about them. Okay, so let's discuss 2 questions. The first question says, which is the most difficult job and why? All right, so Tony, which one do you think is the most difficult job to do and why?
I think the most difficult job is international aid worker
Okay. Why do you think that?
because they need to come to another country to help people. I think it's more difficult.
Yes. Okay, that's good. That's good, Tony. Okay, so they have to travel to different countries to help people, maybe in dangerous situations sometimes. Okay, so good. All right, well done, Tony. And then our second question says, which is the easiest job and why? Okay, so Nak, which job do you think is the easiest and why?
I think the easier job is travel journalist. Maybe is that her or his hobby because they want to travel and they tell us about the culture of another country. I think for them maybe it's their hobby, so they don't think that it's a job and they don't think that it's difficult to work. So I think it's easier for them.
Okay. Okay, good. Knock. Well done. Okay, so that's a good answer. So the travel journalist probably does have the easiest job because they just need to travel to different places and write about them. Okay, so the flight attendant has to do a lot of work, and the international aid worker sometimes has dangerous situations. Okay, so let's look at our first listening task. What we are going to do for this one is choose true or false. Okay, so our first question says, you always have to travel to other countries. Okay, so remember, the first thing we need to do is find our keywords. So always travel other countries. Okay, so let's listen. And if you hear these keywords, you're going to choose true. If you don't hear them, you're going to choose false. Okay, so you always have to travel to other countries. Let's listen and see, is that going to be true or is that going to be false?
My job sounds quite adventurous, but actually I haven't traveled to that many different countries. A lot of the time I'm traveling around my own country and reporting on local vacation destinations. My work is very independent. I'm my own boss, and I make my own plans. To do this job well, you really need to be able to find good stories. After all, there are thousands of travel articles about the same places, so I always have to find something new and original to say.
Okay, so Nan, can you tell me, do you think this sentence is true or false?
I think it's false.
Okay, very good. It is false because she said a lot of the time I'm traveling around my own country. Okay, not to other countries, but in her own country. Okay, good. Well done. Okay, then we've got our second question, which says you need to find new things to say about a place. Okay, so I will put your keywords for you. So we are listening for find new things and place. Okay, so let's listen and again choose true or false.
My job sounds quite adventurous, but actually I haven't traveled to that many different countries. A lot of the time I'm traveling around my own country and reporting on local vacation destinations. My work is very independent. I'm my own boss, and I make my own plans. To do this job well, you really need to be able to find good stories. After all, there are thousands of travel articles about the same places, so I always have to find something new and original to say.
Okay, so now that we've heard that again, Jasmine, what do you think? Is this true or false?
I think this sentence is true.
Okay, very good. This is true because she says you always need to find interesting and new things to say about each of the places. Okay, very good. Well done. So now we have heard a little bit about the travel journalist. So we are going to move on now, and we are going to now listen to our next job. So for this one, we're doing the same thing. We're choosing true or false. So before we do that, let's try and look for the key words. Okay, so Trinh, can you tell me what are the key words for number 1?
The keyword is fun and easy job.
Okay, good. Fun and easy. Okay, so we need to listen. Is it a fun and easy job? Okay, good. And then Tony, what about the keywords for number 2?
I think the keywords in number 2 is good social life.
Okay, good. So have a
Yeah.
good social life. Okay, good, Tony. Well done. And then Nok, what about number 3? What are keywords?
Keywords are sometimes can be hard and personable.
Okay, good. Well done. So can be hard and personable. Okay, we can also say sometimes maybe that's also a keyword. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm going to play the audio for you, and you need to choose true or false for our 3 questions. Okay, so let's listen and answer the questions.
A lot of people think I have a fun and easy job. But I've been in this position for about 5 years, and I'm telling you, it's harder than it looks. For one thing, you're away from home a lot, as many as 20 days a month. You have no social life because you're traveling so much, and your work schedule is always changing, so you have to be flexible. It's also hard on your health. You have to stand a lot, and you're often serving people or helping them with their luggage. And sometimes it can be hard to be personable with passengers when you're so tired.
Okay, so now that we've heard everything about the flight attendant now, number 1, it's a fun and easy job. So, Nan, is that true or false?
It's false.
Okay, very good. It's false because it's harder than it looks. So it looks like it's fun and easy, but it's not actually that fun and easy. Okay, good, well done. And then Jasmine, number 2, you have a good social life.
I listen. Number 2 is false.
Yes, very good, well done. He said you have no social life. Okay, so that can't be true. It has to be false. Good. And then Trinh, what about number 3?
Number 3 is true.
Okay, number 3 is true. Sometimes it can be hard to be personable. Okay, very good. Well done, everyone. Perfect. 3 out of 3 correct. So now we're going to do one more practice. We are going to look at the international aid worker. So for these 4 questions, I'm going to send you the activity now, and you are going to listen to the audio, and I will play it for you twice, and then you are going to choose true or false for each option. So number 1, a lot of people apply for this job. Number 2, you can work abroad. Number 3, your work is independent. And number 4, you have to be responsible and courageous. Okay, so I will play the audio for you twice. So listen carefully, and then you can answer on the activity.
I've been in this job for 2 years, and I really love it. When I finished college, it was hard to get this job because it's very competitive. At first, I had a job in an office, and I learned a lot about how things worked before I got my first position in another country. Now, I work with a team that organizes the transportation of food. In this job, you need to be responsible because a lot of people need the food and supplies you help provide. You also need to be courageous sometimes because you might work in dangerous places. But I really feel like I'm making a difference.
Okay, so I will play it for you again one more time.
I've been in this job for 2 years, and I really love it. When I finished college, it was hard to get this job because it's very competitive. At first, I had a job in an office, and I learned a lot about how things worked before I got my first position in another country. Now, I work with a team that organizes the transportation of food. In this job, you need to be responsible because a lot of people need the food and supplies you help provide. You also need to be courageous sometimes because you might work in dangerous places. But I really feel like I'm making a difference.
Okay, so I will give you a few more seconds now to submit your answers. So submit and then we will discuss quickly together. Okay, so well done everybody. Thank you for submitting your answers. So number one, a lot of people apply for this job. Tony, is that true or is that false?
I think it's true
Okay,
because
good.
many people is competitive.
Yes, good, well done. So he said it is competitive. So that means a lot of people apply for this job. Okay, good, well done. And then number two, you can work abroad. Nok, what do you think?
Yes, it's true.
Okay, very good. That is also true. You can work abroad. Okay, good. And then Nan, number three, your work is independent.
It's false. They work for a team.
Okay, good, well done. It is false because you work within a team. Okay, good, well done. And then Jasmine, number four, you have to be responsible and courageous.
Number 4 is true.
It is true. You have to be responsible and you have to be courageous. Okay, very good. Well done, everybody. We did very well with our listening today. I think we got all of the answers correct, so that's very good. So now let's look at our follow-up task. So in our follow-up task, we are going to discuss what job would you choose? Okay, so let's review our jobs that we have discussed today. So our travel journalist, the good things, you can visit new places and you can do independent work, but you always have to find new things to write about. For the flight attendant, you can travel abroad, so that is a good thing, but you have to be away from home a lot. You have no social life. You have to be flexible, and it can be bad for your health. And then an international aid worker, you get to help people, work in a team, and you can work abroad. However, it might be dangerous. Okay, so we are going to use these three jobs to talk about what are some good and positive things or ways that you can talk about them. Okay, so let's look at an example first. So I'm going to show you how I would talk about these three jobs and then how I would choose which one would be best for me. So I can say a good thing about working as a flight attendant is that you can travel to many places, but you don't have a good social life. When you are an aid worker, you can help people, but you have to be courageous in dangerous situations. A travel journalist is good for someone that likes to be independent, but you need to read a lot and write unique stories. Overall, I would like to be a travel journalist because I like doing adventurous things. Also, I can be my own boss and work anywhere. Okay, so if you want to discuss and talk about these three jobs, you need to say one good thing and one bad thing about each of them, and then talk about which one you would like to choose. Okay, so what we are going to do, you are going to now discuss which job you would choose and why. Okay, so I'm going to put you into the breakout room. You will have 3 minutes to discuss these questions with your partner. Okay, so I'm going to put all of the information into the chat box for you so that you can use it when you are discussing. So I will put the lists of the benefits and the disadvantages of each job. And then I will put the structure as well so that you can use that also. Okay, so one group will have 2 people. The other group will have 3 people. So everyone should have a chance to say which job they think would be the best and why. Okay, and then when the time is up, you will come back and you're going to share with us what you think in your groups. Okay, so you can join as soon as I have invited you to your groups. Okay, so I will set it for 3 minutes and then you can stop.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, Miss Jin.
You study English. Hình như là bạn học chung hôm qua cũng bạn có học chung.
Can you share the opinion? Miss Jane?
Okay.
Yes.
What a good thing about travelers is earning. Bạn có thể nói trước được không?
Yes, but I will talk about my job. I don't talk about 3 jobs in this session.
Okay.
My job is a business analyst. One of the good things about this job is that you can get to work on a variety of projects and solve different problems. But it can be challenging to manage stakeholder expectations. When you are a business analyst, you can improve business processes and provide solutions to have companies manage and implement them better. But you have to understand business needs and analyze requirements, complex data, and communicate effectively with diverse teams. Overall, I'd like to be a business analyst because it combines analytical skills with strategic thinking and offers opportunities to make a positive impact on a company's success.
You are speak so fluent and so bright. My job is human resource. One of the good thing is a good thing is communication with so many people.
Strategic thinking.
This meeting is being recorded.
Time to discuss, but that's okay because we're going to discuss now together as a group. Okay, so what I want you to do is to use this structure to try and talk about the different possible jobs that you would choose. Okay, so for example, you can say one of the good things about a travel journalist is you can visit new places, but you always have to find new things to write about. Okay, so I want you each to choose one of these and talk about a good thing and a bad thing, why you want to choose that job. Okay, so let's start with Jasmine. Jasmine, can you tell me which job would you choose?
Can I choose my job, my current job, teacher?
Yes, you can do that. That's okay.
Okay. My current job is a business analyst. I have worked for 3 years. One of the good things about this job is that you can get to work on a variety of projects and solve different problems. But it can be challenging to manage stakeholder expectations. When
Yes.
you are a business analyst, you can improve business processes and provide solutions to have companies manage and implement them better. But you have to understand business needs, analyze requirements and complex data, and communicate effectively with diverse teams. Overall, I'd like to be a business analyst because it combines analytical skills with strategic thinking and offers opportunities to make a positive impact on a company's success.
Okay, very good, Jasmine. Well done. Okay, so well done for using the structures and for listing some good and bad things about the job. Okay, very good. Well done. Now, Trin, can you tell me what job you would choose?
One of the good thing about travel journalists is independent work, but you always have so many create so many ideas, your content. When you are a travel journalist, you can travel and enjoy so many food, so many local foods. But you have to have so many time for your family because you usually go travel. Overall, I like to be a travel journalist because I can travel and earn so many money.
Yes, good. Okay, good, Trin. Well done. Thank you. Okay, and then Tony, what about you? What job would you choose?
I choose air worker, international air worker. One of the good things about international air worker is you can work abroad, and when you are an air worker, you can help people, but you have to be courageous in dangerous situations like disaster, something diseases,
Yeah.
and you might be work a good team and help many people around the world. Overall, I like international air worker.
Yes, good. Okay, good, Tony. Well done. Thank you. That's a good option. Well done. Okay, and then Nok, what do you think? Nok, which job would you choose?
I choose travel journalism. One of the good thing about travel journalism is you can travel a lot. You can know about another country. You can know about culture of another country, but you don't have time for your friend and your family. When you are a travel journalism, you can you can maybe you can make a new friend in other country where you come, but you have to find you have to find something new to write down for your newspaper or for your magazine.
Yes.
But you have to yes you have to find out a new thing. Overall, I would like to be travel journalism because I would like to traveling and I enjoy traveling.
Okay, good. Good, Nak. Well done. That's a good answer. Okay, thank you. And then lastly, Nan, what do you think? What job would you choose?
My current job is editor, and I work for a publisher. And one of the good things about this job is I can read a lot of books and I gain a lot of knowledge from each book that I did. But the bad thing is the quantity of the books that I need to make, that I need to publish, is increasing day by day. So sometimes I feel tired because I need to read a lot of books. Overall, I like my job because I can help the author who want to publish this book, and I can bring knowledge to a lot of people.
Okay, good. Nan, well done. Very good. Okay, well done, everybody. You spoke very well and very clearly about the jobs and the good things and the bad things. Okay, so that was very good. Well done. There was just one thing that I noticed. So if you want to use a phrase like these two phrases, okay, so rather than using so many time or so many money, time and money are uncountable nouns. Okay, so we can't use many with them. We can't say we have many time or many money. What we can rather say is so much time or so much money. Okay, so you can say, for example, I have so much time to do my own thing, or I like this job because I can make so much money. Okay, or a lot of money. Okay, you can maybe use that one also, a lot of money, rather than so many money. Okay, because if we say so many money, we can't use many with a noun like money. Okay, but otherwise, other than that, your speaking was all very good. It was very clear in the way that you were talking about your ideas. So well done, everybody, for that. Let's just look at our last question now. So a lot of you have already done this. Okay, so talking about the good things and the bad things about your own jobs as well. So just remember our structures. So if you want to talk about your current job, you can say, I have worked as a, and then you can put your job. So for example, I have worked as a business analyst for 2 years. I have or I have not, and then you can talk about some other things related to your jobs. Okay, so I have enjoyed working as a business analyst, for example. One of the good things, okay, we were all very good with listing the good things and the bad things. Okay, and then just remember your structures. When you are a business analyst, you can. Okay, so you can, for example, make a lot of money, or you can work towards being a CEO, okay, for example, or something like that. Okay, so just don't forget about your structures, but you all did very well in your speaking, and in our listening, we were all very perfect with our answers as well. Okay, so well done, everybody. So let's just check if we can do our objectives now. So now I want you to tell me, can you recognize some vocabulary to describe jobs? Can you do this?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Okay, good. Can you use the present perfect and simple past to talk about jobs?
Yes,
Yes.
I can.
Yes, you can. You did very well with that. And can you identify details when listening to people talk about their jobs?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, everybody can. Okay, well done, everybody. You did very well today with your speaking and with your listening. So just don't forget to do your homework and to rate the session. And then I hope I will see you all again soon for another lesson. Okay. Thank you very much,
Okay.
everybody.
Goodbye,
Thank
teacher.
you.
See you.
Bye. Have a nice day.
This meeting is